Yeah, morning all. So before I start, can anyone please confirm whether my voice is clear, whether the screen is visible or not? Yes. Yes. Fine, thank you. So yes. So in the last class, just I was briefing you about the introduction to Python. So Python is a general purpose programming. Any kind of applications we can develop using Python. Any kind of applications we can develop using Python. Right. And Python is a high level language. It's easily understandable, it's portable, and can run on all the hardware and all the operating systems. It's a it has got multi-programming features. It's got multi-programming features. Interpreted language. Python is a interpreted language. Line by line execution we are going to see for Python. It's an interpreted language, line by line execution. Because of this multi-programming features, we call Python as a hybrid language. So yesterday, just I was briefing you about this, right? Yes. Two types of languages. Low-level languages and high-level languages. Low-level languages are not human understandable. They are not portable, and they are machine dependent. They cannot run on all the hardware and all the operating systems. But high-level languages like Python, they are human understandable. They look like normal English statements. They are portable and machine independent. They can run on all the hardware and all the operating system, right? Yes. Can run on all the operating system. Okay. Two types of languages, low level and high level. Python comes as high level. Next, Python has got multi-programming features. What all the programming features we see in different other programming languages? All those features we see in Python. So Python has got procedural-oriented programming features like C language. It has got object-oriented programming features like C++, Java. It has got scripting features, and it has got modular programming features. It has got modular programming features like Modular 3. Procedure-oriented, object-oriented, scripting, and modular programming. Because of this multi-programming features, we call Python as a hybrid language. Once again, I say, right? For learning Python, there is no prerequisites for learning Python. Anyone can update with Python. Anyone can update with. Yes. Means uh, don't think to update with Python, we need to have the knowledge on C, C++, Java. No. With zero programming, we can update with Python. Okay, so as part of the course, we'll be discussing procedural-oriented, object-oriented, scripting, and modular programming. And Python has got a great boom because of these modules. 89,300 inbuilt modules. 89,300 inbuilt modules Python provide for various domains. Okay. 89,300 inbuilt modules Python provides. Yes. So here, two major programming languages, Python and Java are the two major programming languages which are used for enterprise applications creations, right? So if we go back like 2010, Java is mostly preferred in the industry, but Python, very few people know that there was a language like Python. But it 10 years later, like the usage of Java decreased to 19, the usage of Python increased to 31. Today, if we take any high-end technologies, most of the high-end technologies implementation goes in Python because most of the automation applications, they use Python as the implementation language. Java is never used in this artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning for implementing those things. Java is never preferred. Python is preferred. And what kind of applications we can develop using Python means yes, web applications. The rapid speed you can develop a web applications as compared with other technologies, that too with very less code. 100 lines of Java code I can write within 15 lines in Python. 15 lines of Java code I can write within 3 lines in Python. Today I'll just show you one example, right? By taking the coding of Python compared with other programming language, you can check how simple and that the coding of Python. And even automation applications using Python a lot, like data science, where we have got machine learning, total machine learning to implement all these machine learning techniques. We require a language to code with, we require a language. So Python is the mostly chosen, mostly used programming for data science. So where Python provides modules like plottings, visualizations, related modules like matplotlib, pandas modules, right? And even for IoT, 90% of the coding in Python. And even in DevOps environment, we write many automation scripts where Python has got libraries. It has got libraries, right? Is my voice breaking to all? Can you please confirm once? Is my voice breaking to all? Is my voice clear to all?
Yeah, let me.
Even for big data environment, right? Big data means huge data, right? One second, give me a second. Right. Okay. Now I think the voice will be clear now. So Python is also used in big data environment. You should have seen KBs, MBs, or GBs, or even TBs of data you should have seen. But today, most of the applications are generating data in petabytes, like Facebook, millions and trillions of users, Google, YouTube, everyone uploading the videos in the YouTube. So what should be the storage capacity, like in petabytes? And even email or Gmail messages of Flipkart or Amazon. All these applications generating petabytes. To handle the data and to process the data, we have got big data technology like Spark. Hadoop and Spark, we say. Spark is a very high speed processing which can process petabytes of data in the high speed, right? So for implementing this Spark, we require a language like Python. So we say like PySpark. Spark is an execution model implemented by using Python language. We call like PySpark. And for scientific applications, we have got a module called CP. For scientific applications, we've got a module called CP. One second. And for numerical analysis, we have got a separate model Python provides like NumPy, numerical Python. Graphical applications, for graphical applications or for animations, right? Python is preferred. Even for game development, today a lot of games are developed using Python. Single user, multi-user games using a framework for developing games using Python. We have got separate frameworks Python is providing. Pygame. Pygame is a separate framework given by Python for developing games in Python. We've got PyCora, one more framework, and PySci for 3D games, 3D rendering libraries, right? Yes. And for scheduling tasks, we have got Airflow Python is providing for test cases, for testing environment or for test cases, Python providing models for it. Yes. And even for software development, Python is preferred. Most of the software developers make use of Python as a support language. And for business applications, Python is one of the best choice for developing e-commerce websites. For networking applications, separate framework like Twisted Python. We have got a separate framework called Twisted Python. Even for database applications, right? Yes. Python is one of the best choice, right? Means with every web application requires a database. So Python can easily connect with any database. Web scraping data from different websites like Flipkart, Amazon, right? For embedded applications, one of the famous embedded application like Raspberry Pi, which uses Python for its computation. And for audio and video applications, right? Some of these applications are getting developed using Python, like Team Player, C Player, some of those. And for data analysis and for robotics. And for desktop applications, yes. For desktop applications, single user console applications, Python is preferred. So these are the mostly used applications. So these are the applications, right, where Python is preferred. Yes. And who are using Python today? Topmost applications built using Python. Google using Python for its web search systems. YouTube using Python for its video sharing service. Yahoo using Python. Uber pricing algorithm implemented using Python. Instagram built using Python. And the reason like Instagram choosing Python is Python hybrid features. NASA also using Python for its research and development activities because of this multi-programming features. Reddit, Quora, Pinterest are built using Python. MMOG, massively multiplayer online games. And Maya, a powerful 3D animation which uses Python script. BitTorrent, BitTorrent using Python for file sharing service. iRobot for military and commercial operations. Hardware testing, companies like IBM, Seagate, Qualcomm, all these they use Python for hardware testing purpose. Reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular. Python was introduced in the year 1989. Why all of a sudden Python has got great? So here Most of the programmers or developers are migrating towards Python, are attracted towards Python because of its very less code and simple syntaxes, which looks like normal English statements. And multi-programming hybrid features. What all the features we see in different other programming, all those features we see in Python. Interactive mode, we can easily interact with Python statement by statement. For every statement, it gives a response. We won't see this kind of feature in other programming, right? Wide varieties of applications, wide varieties of applications. Just now I was briefing you about those applications. Many built-in libraries, 89,300 inbuilt modules Python has got for different domains, right? And the people who are from non-programming or zero programming, right? You can just observe. I'll show you some sample snippets of Python, sample codings of Python, right? Python comparison with other programming. Python comparison with other programming, right? Example, I'll take a task and I'll try to implement the task in with multiple programming languages. Python comparison with other programming. Example, I'll take a task and I'll implement the task in multiple programming languages. You can just compare coding wise, length wise, complexity wise, how simple the Python statements looks as compared with other programs. So accepting two values from the user keyboard, accepting two values, accepting two numbers from the user keyboard and performing addition. Yes, I want to accept two numbers, two values from the user keyboard and perform addition. First, I'll write using Java. First, I'll write using Java, later I'll write using Python. You can just compare it coding wise, how they look, right? Yes. Import java.io.start, right? Java.io.start, right? Class sample, right? Public static void main string aux throws IO exception, right? Input stream reader equal to new input stream reader, right? Buffer reader equal to new buffer reader, right? System.out.println, enter the first number. Enter the first number, whatever number you are entering, right? taken as string s1 br dot read line. Later I need to convert the string to integer. Int I equal to integer dot parseInt of s1. Yes. Next, I'll copy these 3 lines for second number also. I'll copy these 3 lines for second number. Enter the second number. Enter the second number. String s2 equal to br dot. It's br. String s2 equal to br dot read line. Taken as string format. Integer dot parseInt of s2. Input stream reader, buffer reader. System.out.println, enter the first number, string s1, taken as string, later converted to integer format. Enter the second number, string s2 br.readline, integer.parseInt of s2. System.out.println, I place check. So just I'll copy this code. Every statement ends with semicolon here. This is the Java code. Yes, to just accept 2 values from the keyboard and performing addition, right? So just I'll copy it to a separate notepad file, right? Save it, Control S. Batch, right? I'm saving it as sample.java. Yes. In the bottom search panel, I'm typing CMD. I'll just show you the execution in both Java and Python. So cd slash come out of this, change your directory to Python 8 a.m. batch, right? Python 8 a.m. batch, right? Within this Python 8 a.m. batch, right? Java C sample.java. So one error, right? So string S should be in uppercase. One second. String ox. S should be in uppercase. Again, compile it. Yes, no errors. Now execute the code. Java sample class name. Enter the first number 10. Enter the second number 20. The output is 30. 10 plus 20. The output is 30. I don't know like how many of you understood this code, right? Yes. How many of you understood this code? So it looks a little complex to understand what is class, what is public static void main, what is IO exception, what is input stream reader, what is buffered reader, and read line, what is integer.parseInt read line, all this, right? Yes. So we have got some complex statements, complex words here in every line, right? So the same, okay. So we are getting nearly 10 to 12 lines of code, right? So we are getting 10 to 12 lines of code. The same task I'll try to implement in Python. It's not more than 3 lines. Okay. So very less coding in Python, and the statements look like normal English statement. Okay. Observe. So just I'll write the code now I'll write the code using Python, right? Yes, just observe. This is Python shell. I'm opening the Python shell. Directly I'll write the code within the Python shell. File, new file. Two numbers we want, x and y, right? X and y. X equal to, using input function, inputting the value for x. Enter value of x. Using input function, write input, enter value of y. Enter value of x, enter value of y. Using input function, try to input the value for x. Using input function, input the value for y. Now you got both x and y values, right? Now print both x plus y. That's it. This is the coding in Python. But the same task what we have seen using Java, right? We doesn't require all this unnecessary statements like ending with semicolons, main, curly brackets, all the other statements, right? Just input the value of x, input the value of y, print x plus y. But here also in Python, just like Java, whatever values you are entering from the keyboard taken as a string, we need to typecast to integer by saying int of, keeping everything within the int function, int of. So we need to convert to integer before assigning to x. Convert to integer, say int of, keep everything within the int function, right? That's it, save it. Match. So save it. Test.java, right? Now run it, run module, enter value of x10, enter value of 520, sum is 30. This is the same code, right? Same output like what we got in using Java. Do you see any complex word or stump statements, complex statements or words here? Looks like normal English statements, right? 1/3, not even 1/4 coding.
Java extension is fine.
Sorry, what else?
I mean test.java. Yeah.
Sorry. File save as not Java. Whatever extension you give, save as type Python files. So just I'm giving test2. Just I'm giving the name test2. But generally we give it the .py extension. .py extension. But save as type Python file. .py extension, right? For Python .py and save as type Python file. Save it. Now test2 .py extension, run module. The previous by default it taken as Python file. 10, 20. Why? Because it's a Python editor. What I opened, Python editor. While saving, it will be by default, it will be saved by using .py. 1020. The output is 30. Right? So just I was asking you to just observe this code. Looks like normal English statements. Enter the value of x in first line, value of y in the second line. X plus y. One more example, right? So just you can observe this coding, observe this Python statements, right? So I got some values like 30, 40, 10, 20, 50. I got some values like this way. So in other programmings like C or Java, we say array of elements. Here list of values. Print X means prints the entire list as it is. I want to know the number of elements in this. We have got len of X to know the number of elements within this X. Max of X is what? 50, the max value. But in other programming like C or Java, we write code. First compare this element with each and every element and finally find the max element, right? Max of X 50, min of X 10, print sum of X, print the sum of all these elements, right? Sum of 30 plus 40 plus 10 plus 20 plus 50. Even if you got 100 elements, right? It finds the sum of all the 100 elements by just saying sum of. Just observe this output. Length is 5, number of elements. Max element is 50. Min element is 10. Sum of all these elements is what? 150. Okay. And if I want to arrange all these elements in a particular order, like ascending order, just very simple. Print a sorted of X. Sorted of X. Arranges all the elements in ascending order. Check it. Arranges all the elements in ascending order. Sorted of X. Reverse equal to true. If you want in descending order. Descending order means sorted of X means in ascending only. You get the ascending, if you reverse it, you will get in descending, right? Sorted of X means ascending. The ascending, if you reverse it, you will get in descending. Yes, understood, right? So sorted of X, reverse. Max of X, max of X is 50, min of X is 10. Sum of X, sum of all these elements sorted reverse, right? Okay. Next, Python has got thousands of modules, 89,300 inbuilt modules, right? For various domains, right? Yes. So I'll take I'll give you what is the importance of one example, right? Can easily without any knowledge, with zero knowledge also, you can understand the Python statements. So one module, example of one module, like commonly used module like math module, MATH. I want to see what is present within this module. So for that, dir directory, what dir of math. I want to check the directory of math, what is present within this. try to see what is present within the any, not only this, any module, dir of that module name. So these are all the properties present within the math: pi, power, radians, remainder, sine, sin h, square root, tan h, tau, all this, right? These are the properties present within the math module. These are the properties present within the, okay, fine. dir of math, it prints all the directory of this math. If you observe this, right, what is present within the math module, there is a variable like e, there is a variable like pi. Yes, if you want to print those values, right, print math. Within the math model, there is a variable like pi, the value is 3.14, right? Within the math, there is a variable like e, math dot e, right? Yes, run module, right? 3.14, e value is 2.71, pi value is 3.14, e value is 2.71. And for example, you don't know how to use a particular functionality. For example, square root is there. You don't know how to use the square root. You don't know how to use the square root, right? So there is a help function, just like print function. We have got help function in Python. Help of on what? Within the math model, there is sqrt function. Yes, it is going to help you with this syntax, general format. Help on built-in functions, square root in module math. Help on built-in function, square root in module math. Square root take expecting one value x, returns the square root of x. Square root, yes, square root of x means it's taking a value x, returns the square root of. So we need to provide one value and it provides the square root of that value. So print, now you got, right? At least we need to provide one value, right? Within the math module, there is a function sqrt. We need to provide one value like 16. It gives the output for it. Yes. Math dot square root of 16 is what? 4. The output is what? 4. Similarly, take any other functionality, right? POW is there. You don't know how to use, how to work with POW. Just say help on math dot POW. Now check it. It's going to give the syntax of this POW, right? So help on built-in function power in module math. Power x comma y. It takes x comma y. X comma y returns x to the power of y. Return x to the power of y. Return x to the power of y. X to the power of y. X to the power of y. So we need to provide two values and it provides x to the power of y. Double star means power x. So it's clearly saying x to the power of y. Yes. Print math dot power POW of 10 comma 3. 10 comma 3 means 10 to the power of 3. That is what? 1000. Run module. What it gives? 1000, right? Yes. In this way, we can work with module like math. So we can get the help on a particular functionality, not only for this, for any module, the same process. So without any knowledge of, see, do you see any complex word here in this program code? Math.py, math.e, math.square root, math.power, right? No complex words here. Simple, looks like normal English statements. No need of all the unnecessary statements like semicolons, curly brackets, all those, right? One example, right? I'll show you, right? So without any knowledge on Python, are you able to understand these Python statements or not, right? I'll generate a graph. I'll generate a graph using Python. So without any knowledge, you can understand this, right? So for that also, we have got a module like first import it. Matplotlib. Import matplotlib. Within that, we have got a built-in property like pyplot. So every time math.py, math. Here also I need to use this name every time. So instead of writing this very big name, I can use shortcut name or alias name. Yes. P I can say or PLT I can say as shortcut name or alias name. So there is a function called a plot function. To plot a graph, we have got plot function. Plot. For plotting a graph, two things required: x coordinates, y coordinates. 1, 2, 3 are x coordinate values. Y coordinate values 5, 7, 4. X coordinates and y coordinate values. X coordinate values 1, 2, 3. Y coordinate values 5, 7, 4. PLT dot show, right? That's it. This the 2 lines code. That's it. Providing the x coordinates, providing this y coordinates. Show. Save it. Yes, execute it. A run module. A graph will be generated for this. Can you see this graph? Right. 1, x coordinate 1. What is the y value? 5. For 2, what is the y value? 7. For 3, what is the y value? 4. Five, 7, 4. So in this way, right? Yes. So you got a solid graph in blue color. You got a solid graph in blue color, but I doesn't want a solid graph. I want dotted graph. Just to give comma here and just to give hyphen. That's it. Now you can check it. You will get in dotted line star. I doesn't want in blue color. Now you got in dashed line style, dotted line style. You want now I want the color in green. Just say comma and say COLOR color equal to green color. Yes. Give comma after this and say COLOR color equal to green. GREEN. The spelling of the color will be COLOR here in Python. Yes. So you will get in dotted line format and the two in green color. Yes. Now, for example, a small task. For example, age values are like this: 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 60 years. The incomes or the salaries are like this. For 30 years, 30,000. 40 years, 40,000. For 50 years, 35,000. For 60 years, it is 50,000. X coordinate values. These are Y coordinate values. For 30, 30,000. For 40, 40,000. 50, it's 35. 60, 50,000. So generate a graph based on this age and salaries. You will get a graph in this way. For 30, 30,000. For 40, it's 40,000. For 50, it's 35. And for 60, it is 50,000. Okay, fine. Now, what are these 30, 35, right? So I want a label for this X coordinate. I want a label for Y coordinate. I want a title for this graph. See, very simple, right? We have got a built-in properties. So here PLT dot X label, X axis label, it's a built-in functionality. What is that? Age. PLT dot Y label, Y axis label, Y label. What is that? Income. PLT dot title, TITLE, right? Title, right? Sample graph. Run module. You got a graph. Can you see this graph, right? Age, Y-axis label income, and the title is like sample graph. X label age, Y-axis label income, and the title sample graph. Okay, fine. File. Okay. Just I'll show you one more small example, right? Yes, same. I'll take the same import matplotlib dot pyplot as plt, right? Yes, I'll generate a pie graph now using, right? For example, mobile sales, mobiles, right?
Sir, what is PLT? PLT stands for?
So here, instead of, you see here in the previous example, math dot square root, math dot pi, math dot e. The same way, we instead of writing this very big name, every time in your program. So shortcut name, it's a shortcut name for this.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Shortcut name, right? You can use any name here, PLT or P or any name you can use. So here mobiles. So this is what the module name we are trying to import. Compulsory we need to import it. Means for every, I'm saying for plottings and visualizations, we have got this model. For mathematical operations, we have got math model. For all the various other operations, we have got mobiles like, for example, mobile sales like Samsung, Vivo, Oppo, OnePlus. So these are the mobiles. And this August sales are like this. August sales. For Samsung, okay, 45 sales. Vivo, some 15 sales. This 10. This is 30. So now, okay, the sales of this. Now I want a pie graph, PLT, right? The shortcut PLT.py. Yes. So what is that? Based on August sales, I want a pie graph based on August sales, and label equal to labels equal to, right? Labels, what labels you want? Nothing but this mobiles labels, mobiles. That's it. So August sales, I want a pie graph, PIE, August sales labels equal to mobiles, PLT dot show. So I'll discuss all this in brief in our regular sessions, right? But just I'm showing you how this coding of Python look, right? Control S. Run in a series. Most of the sales are for Samsung 45. And next OnePlus 30. Next Vivo 15. Oppo 10. You got in different colors, right? So this is what a pie graph. Do you see any complex statements here? Mobiles and August sales and pie graph based on the August sales. And what is this labels equal to mobiles means? You see, I want these labels for this. Okay, fine. So okay, so this is what the course content I'll be discussing in brief, right? You can see, you can compare this course content with any other training sites. We'll be discussing in brief. Python basics, Python operations, operators in Python, IDs in Python, flow control statements, loopings, strings, collections, Python lists, Python tuples, sets, dictionaries, functions in Python, modules in Python, packages, errors and exceptions, file handling, object-oriented programming concepts, regular expressions in database access, Python data and time, operating system, advanced concepts, graphical GUI, yes, Excel workbook, data analytics, introduction to data. So in the same Django framework, web frameworks, Django installation, project architecture, Django applications creations, Django views, templates, Django admin, Django models, advanced concepts, along with UI technologies, means web page development, web development, right? Like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, everything will be covered, right? So this is only Python, for only Python, nearly 30 topics, right? For only Python, 30 topics will be covered. And
Sir,
people,
in this 8 a.m. Full stack will be there. No? I mean, Django will be covered with the same timing.
so yes, see here, most of these Django batches will be on the weekends, Saturdays and Sundays, because to develop web applications, right? This 1 hour won't be sufficient. So Most of these Django batches will be on Saturdays. Means once you get registered, you can attend any of my Django batches. Means based upon your timings, other things. So once you get enrolled, right, means even if you want after 10 days of starting with this Python course, even if you want to attend means HTML, CS, before directly I won't go with Django. We need to go with web development like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap before I go with the Django. By the time your 50 to 60% of Python will be completed. Okay, so
And
yes.
REST API is not going to cover?
What is it? Yes, that also will be covered.
REST API, the
Every,
syllabus.
yes, yes.
In syllabus, it has not mentioned, no?
It is not mentioned, but it will be covered.
Okay, how many duration it will go for all this full stack?
So yes, that's what. So for Python, directly who wants only Python, right? Like Python core, Python advanced, Python application oriented modules, nearly I'll be taking 70 hours. So it takes nearly 2 months, 2.5 months for this. The fee structure for only Python is 5,000, right? So, and apart from this, people who wants to go for full stack Python web development. Apart from Python, you will be given knowledge on this web development technologies before. Web development technologies like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and a part of Bootstrap. And Django framework, right? Nearly 15 to 20 applications creations will be shown in this. And apart from that, a project will be discussed here. For all this, it takes nearly 50 hours for this. So the fee structure for only this web development Django and this it's 7K. But if you are taking as a package with a single payment, if you are doing right, it's 12K. But if you are doing taking as a package, the fee structure is 10K for it. So here I said we'll be developing many applications here. So if we observe the previous batches, Django applications, the Django project 1, project 2, 3, 4, right? More than nearly 15 to 20, I said more than 20, you can see. Anything, any applications, the Django apps, my project 1, 2, 3, like more than 20. So hands-on and the whatever the sessions will be live sessions, live interactive sessions, right? You can unmute yourself and you can just ask queries at any point of time, right? Yes. So as it's a demo session, I was speaking most of the time. Yes.
And so what about projects? Any projects are you going to deliver?
Yes, I said that one project will be covered. Yes.
Can you show me the previous batch projects? What you do?
So you see here, we'll be developing many applications here in this way. Just what I was showing you, right? So all these applications creations. So here my project 1, project 2, project 3, and here if you combine this, right, we'll get a big project. Yes. So there are some applications when we combine all this, you'll get a big project. And here, 1 second. Okay. So just observe this Django ERM. See this total project. That note step by step notes, starting an application, connecting to a database, migrating this everything in Django. We don't need to write the code. All this code will be available, right? Whenever you create project, all this, right? We'll be getting this step 11, step 12, step 13, step 14 steps. So this, don't worry about this code in Django. All the code is available. All the .py files will be created automatically. This is the lastly you asked, someone asked, right? the lastly created project for the previous batch. This step by step, right? The coding for it.
Sir, after enrolling in the course, can you share me the previous batch source code like Python and Django for?
After joining, yes, I can.
I can enroll today only, but my requirement is to get the previous batch source code so that this batch source code you are going to give day by day, but previous batch source code, if I will revise, then more confident level I want required for previous batch source code.
Okay. Yeah, you can discuss with that front office, right? Yes. Okay. So yes, videos will be forwarded by this online team, and notes I'll be forwarding to you, right? Yes.
Sir, I have one question. Like the PySpark is covered in this or any separate course I need to enroll for?
So PySpark is a
PySpark.
separate course. I'll be discussing. I'm taking some batches, weekend batches for PySpark, Spark with Python
Okay.
implementation, right? Big data courses. So that is separate one. This is related to Python only. That is implementation.
Okay. And
Data.
could you please explain, like in short, how it differs from Python?
See here, data science with Python, big data with Python means DevOps with Python, robotics with Python, right? So web applications with Python, right? So different areas are there where Python is the language chosen for coding it, right? So
Yeah.
machine learning is there. Machine learning means we have got many algorithms, regression, classification, clustering, pattern matching, many algorithms. The implementation, coding, everything goes in Python. And even in this big data like Spark also, it's an processing, means huge data, generally like petabytes of data, right? To process
Right.
it takes a lot of time for the other technologies, right? But big data technologies like Spark with very high speed, where it's in memory computing, right? Memory level means in Spark, PySpark, right? Data storage and data processing, everything happens within the RAM level, not in the disk level, not in the hard disk level, right? The RAM level. That's why very high speed you're going to see in this Spark. We say like in memory computation, right? In memory level storage and memory level processing, and the two huge data it is going to process. Today, industry is expecting quick results, right? So for that, the Spark is used. Spark is the one high demand technology in the market, right? That is also implemented using Python. The prerequisite for it is Python.
Yeah.
Means total coding goes in Python. You need to have the entire knowledge of this Python, right? For that PySpark, no need of the Django, right? Yes. Okay.
Okay. Thanks.
So tomorrow also you people can attend the session, right? From tomorrow I'll be starting with the basics, right? Python basics, Python versions, Python installation, Python execution modes I'll be discussing in the tomorrow session, right? So everyone you can attend the session same time at 8 o'clock using the same link. Once again I'm saying, right, about the timings of this batch, make it clear about this batch timings. For the first 1 week, the timing of the batch will be at 8 o'clock. It starts at 8 o'clock. After 1 week, it starts at 7 o'clock in the morning. After 1 week, it starts 7 o'clock in the morning, right? 7 a.m., right? Making it clear before the payment process, right? Fine.
7 to 8 a.m.
7
Only
to
one.
8, 7 to 8, right? Daily 1 hour, it will, right?
Okay.
Okay, fine.
Sir, if you can confirm, then it should be benefit. I mean, it should be helpful for me about the previous source. Previous batch source code I want. So
Previous
can I
batch notes you are talking?
source code, all the source codes, class running nodes, programs.
Yes, I can provide it, not a problem.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay. So yes, tomorrow also you can attend the session, right? Same time using the same link to see more on this, right? Yes. Tomorrow I'll be starting with the basics of Python, fine? Okay,
Hi, hi, Vijay.
yes.
I just have an inquiry. Like, how long the course is going to be for the core and advanced Python?
For core and advanced, it will be like 2 to 2.5 months it goes.
Is there anything possible if you have a
So here one thing,
fast track
right?
course or
So,
something like that?
so 1 second. So it's not like in a 40 or 45 hours, there'll be like 40, 45 hours, not it's 70 hours, right? Because we'll be discussing more working examples. And if you see the course content also, right? If you see the course content, observe this. We have got a lot of, if you see that very huge syllabus, we just kept it, right? How it is implemented in different domains, right? Basic Python, after this basic Python, right? Modules, what is a module, packages, file handling, object-oriented programming, regular expressions, database connectivity, datetime module, OS module, advanced concept, graphics, working with working with Excel, work with data analytics, data science, pandas, matplotlib, working with NumPy, numerical Python, and matplotlib, plottings and visualizations, right? The 30 topics in brief, in depth will be discussed, right? And apart from, see how Python is used in this data science and how it's used in data analytics, in generating, and how to generate graphs, and in OS module, in datetime module, in databases, and also how to create our own modules. Everything will be discussed, right? That's why it was given as 70 hours. And people who wants it in a fast track, right? Once after enrolling, if you just intimate me, right, you can attend means some topics, means for example, some topics in one batch, another topics in other batch, to make it complete it faster, right? Parallel, you will be attending 2 batches.
So what is your another batch timing, sir?
No, multiple batches are there, mornings and evenings, right? I will be taking mornings and evening batches. So if anybody who wants it in a fast track batch, so I'll intimate that. Means you'll understand the Python statements are not complex. You'll be understanding it, right? Multiple batches you will be running it. Means topics like Python database connections, right? Nowhere related with other things. Regular expressions are there. Data analytics are there. So these topics, right, you can attend parallelly along with this. Means after first 2 weeks, you can attend with, after 2 weeks only, I'm saying, first 2 weeks, you can attend in multiple batches if you want to complete it faster. First 2 weeks, you need to know the basics, all this, right? After that, you can go. Means if you are what hurry, means if you want to complete in a shorter period of time.
So in morning time, apart from 7 a.m., what is the other time of your batch?
6 o'clock it's running. There is a batch at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
And evenings also there is a batch running, right? Night 9 to 10, 8 to 9, right? Yes. So that's what.
So
And
after a week,
and people who wants to go for full stack, and if you want like weekdays, you'll be going with Python. Weekends, Saturday and Sunday, 2.5 hours on Saturday, 2.5 hours on Sunday. There'll be like the Django batches will be there. Parallel, you can attend it. So you can complete in 2 months to 2.5 months, both full stack Python, entire full stack, right? Yes. Saturday, Sunday batches are there. You can attend that full stack. And in weekdays, we'll be attending Python. Right?
So Django is also a huge syllabus. So in how many Saturday, Sunday it should be covered all the topics?
See, Monday to Friday, 5 hours you'll be getting daily 1 hour. And if I'm taking Django on Saturday, 2.5 hours, Sunday, 2.5 hours, you'll be getting 5 hours. Right?
Okay.
So Monday to Friday, if you're taking 1 hour, you are getting 5 hours. And 2.5 hours on Saturday, 2.5 hours on Sunday, also you are getting 5 hours. Means web development. For web development, I'm talking. Web development like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap, and Django, all that will be covered. It goes for 10 weekends, right? 2.5 months.
sir, core Python every day only 1 hour or
Daily 1 hour.
hours?
When daily 1 hour. But sometimes I'll pre-intimate if I want Means whenever you work with some many working examples, right? If it is time taking, sometimes on Saturdays I'll be taking some bigger sessions. I'll pre-intimate the timings. Once everyone okay with the timing, then I'll take some classes. And when we are running out of time at the end, I'll take Saturdays some sessions, right? Fine.
In weekend only this API will be covered, sir.
Yes, yes.
How many session it will go for this API only?
I'll be taking some 12 to 15 hours. Okay. So yes. So yeah.
Vijay,
Yes.
sorry.
Yes.
Thank you. I got the query clear. And one more thing I have to ask, regarding the timings and the payment, who I supposed to contact?
So you can see you can see in the chart panel, right? You can see in the chart a big message given by the online team about the payment. If you see that, please be in mute.
Oh, so your voice is breaking.
So 1 second. Actually, everyone please try to be in mute. If you have got query, you can ask the query and go into mute, right? If you have got some background noise, everyone. So here you can see a big message given by this online team. You can see in the chart panel, right? They have given that demo link of yesterday's and Python course content and full stack web development course content, video link, and the payment process and procedure, everything they have provided, right? And the contact details of the office, right? You can contact for this payment. If you've got any queries related to the payments, other things, their contact details are there, and the bank details, and that Paytm, what is that, Phone Pay or Google Pay, that numbers are given. Everything you can see that a big message in the chart, right? Yes, in the chart. Okay,
Fine, Vijay. I'll look into it. Thanks.
you can copy that.
Sir,
Yes. Any other queries, right?
sir, for Python, you are going to explain 30 topics, right?
Yes, yes.
For each and everything, you are going to explain in programming wise, the example programs.
Yes, everything will be practical, right? Everything is statement, I will be typing and showing you, right?
And the notes will be available for us.
Yes, notes, soft copy of the notes I'll be forwarding, right? Topic wise.
And one more thing, is there any project you are giving for only Python, sir?
Some GUI based application I'll be providing.
And GUI based application means that is also a project.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm stopping for now. We'll continue tomorrow. We'll be starting with Python installations and execution mode strategies. Thank you all for your time. Meet you tomorrow, same time, using the same link, right?
Thank you.